Hi everybody, this is the Football Hood, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion. Yeah, host the Hood, welcome back to the Football Hood. Hopefully you like this video. And hit that subscribe button. So the biggest drama this off season in the NFL is finally over. Micah Parsons was traded by the Cowboys and Jerry Jones today. And what was kind of like, it kept going on and on and on, this sort of contract dispute, but wasn't a contract dispute. They were trying to sign him. They weren't trying to sign him, but it is now over. He is going off to Green Bay. Let's get into how this sort of collapsed. This relationship collapsed. This is from Outkick. Crumbling relationship with Cowboys leads to Micah Parsons trade to Green Bay Packers. Now the funny thing is, a little while ago they had a press conference with Jerry Jones. He was calling him Michael. He called him Michael several times. But he did correct himself. Nobody had to correct him. He corrected himself. Cowboys shifted stance after linebacker left town for a second medical opinion on his back. The Micah Parsons versus Jerry Jones saga that had captivated Dallas Cowboys fans throughout the offseason and the training camp and the preseason is over. But not the way anyone expected, because Parsons has been traded to the Green Bay Packers. Hours after Outkick learned, everyone else did, we learned the Cowboys were actively fielding trade calls for the premier pass rusher. Parsons is off to the frozen tundra, where he's about to sign a 4-year contract worth a report $188 million, the largest contract for any non-quarterback in NFL history. Parsons gets $136 in guaranteed money from a deal that makes him the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. And indeed in NFL history, averaging $47 million per season. Wow. The full scope of the deal will soon be known, but what is known is the Packers are sending the Cowboys 2 first-round picks, draft picks, plus defensive tackle Kenny Clark, according to a source. Clark is a 3-time Pro Bowl player, but he wasn't that last year when he collected only 1 sack in 17 games. Whatever the cost is, it's obviously worth it to the Packers right now. Parsons has collected 52.5 sacks in 63 NFL starts. He's behind only Reggie White, Derek Thomas, J.J. Watt, and DeMarcus Ware in the number of sacks in his first 4 NFL seasons. Wow. This move certainly is a change from the moment Parsons requested a trade August 1st. The club owner Jerry Jones treated the request as if someone had told him he has a horn growing out of his forehead. Well, he is getting up there in age. I don't know what the hell is going on there, but we'll get into that. But the issue became much more serious this week. Things got increasingly uncomfortable when Parsons, holding in dispute being under contract, signaled his back soreness may prevent him from playing in the regular season, prevent the team from punishing him for being absent from the lineup without reason. So this week, Dallas coach Brian Schottenheimer raised the temperature on Parsons having to play by telling reporters Parsons medically cleared to practice. Quote, yeah, again, there's always a chance for more tests and things like that, but at the time we do. View Parsons as being able to practice, Schottenheimer said yes. Nope, Parsons seemingly answered because the NFL Network reported he was leaving town to seek a second medical opinion on his back. He insists is tight. And here's the thing about backs, you never know. The Cowboys open their season next Thursday evening against the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. Jones is of the opinion that Parsons is under contract, which is true, and must play. He's also of the opinion that Parsons agreed to a $203 million extension over 5 years in March. Parsons, who made his trade request August 1st, is of the opinion that Jerry Jones' opinion doesn't mean a thing to him. He contends there was no contract agreement because Jones refused to speak with his agent. And by the way, his back is getting more sore by the minute. The Cowboys and Parsons wanted to resolve the situation before the season began, and a trade certainly did that. Not every team could afford Parsons, either because the compensation to the player or the resources to the Cowboys was too steep. Remember, whatever team that's interested in acquiring Parsons had to pay out to the player and the team. The compensation to Parsons surpassed the $41 million per year that T.J. Watt signed last month, and becoming the highest paid non-quarterback. Watt's deal, by the way, spanned only 3 seasons, so the Packers had to beat $41 million figure by multiple millions to get the 26-year-old Parsons to sign. There is a very good chance Cowboys fans are going to roast Jerry Jones for doing this. Jones understands he's given up perhaps the best young pass rusher in the league. He understands his fan base will see him as a villain for losing that talent. He is. Both things matter to Jones because he wants to win and he wants to be the hero in Dallas. And he may yet win. Clark is a good player, but he's not going to be the hero. Nope. He had a lot of pressure on him. Clark's going to have a lot of pressure on him. In a world focused on the now, the 2 future first-round picks are an obscure prize in exchange for the certainty of a great pass rusher. The Cowboys fans will let Jones know that very loudly. Now, the Cowboys have not won in such a long time. 30-something years. Not since Jimmy Johnson was there. To go so long without any kind of sniff. No Super Bowl appearances, nothing over all this time. One of the great franchises in the NFL, one of the franchises that basically built the NFL. And the fact that they've not been there in a long time since Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman's been retired almost 30 years. And to see this whole situation happen, it makes the Cowboys look like a laughing stock, quite frankly. And now you understand why people don't like Jerry Jones. He's been there for a long time. He won in the beginning because they unloaded Herschel Walker. This is not at all like Herschel Walker, okay? They brought in some big players and that helped them win a championship, multiple championships. But this is a different situation because they're not entirely a disaster on the field. And they got a good coach, but they're just not. I don't know what to think of this. I don't follow the Cowboys as much as others do, but this doesn't look good on the surface. This makes the Cowboys look very stupid, and it looks like another mistake by Jerry Jones. You don't want to trade your best player. He's their best player, and you bring in Clark, but that kid Clark is going to have so much pressure on him because the Cowboy fans want to win. There is a legacy there in Dallas when it comes to the Cowboys. And they always want to win. They never want to be a bad team. And unfortunately, they tried to trade their best player because they couldn't sign him. I think that there'll be some kind of miracle, some medical miracle on the part of Parsons that his back gets better, I would think. I'm not a doctor. Who knows? But that's probably what's going to happen, unfortunately, for the Dallas Cowboys fans. You let me know what you think about this video. And of course, please subscribe to Football Hut, and I'll see you later.